Hi guys, Zeth here, and welcome back to another episode of TerraFirmaCraft. So, we're starting today's episode off with a little bit of excitement. I think that... No, it looks like it didn't. Never mind. Um, Despite the fact that gunpowder barrels got a pretty significant nerf recently, and I think this was... Huh. I really probably shouldn't be toying around with a gunpowder barrel with lit redstone right next to it. Oh well, fun anyway. But even though they got a pretty significant nerf, they should still help a little bit. Wait, oh, I'm a derp. I know what I'm doing wrong. Gotta seal it. But when I say a nerf, if you don't know, there's basically now the framework for... Oh yeah, that lit. Whew. That's not too bad. That's acceptable. But yeah, there's basically now the framework for them to actually be dynamically sized, meaning if you put more gunpowder in it, you get a bigger explosion, which is awesome. Problem is, they didn't fully get to implement it, so you can put as much as you want in it, but it's always going to be the smallest size. Yeah, which kind of sucks, but there's more important things to do. Like getting that new lighting source out. Still haven't updated to the most recent version, and I'm still looking forward to it, but, well, yeah, until then, we still got our world. It's still all good. It's not like there's any changes or bug fixes that I need or anything like that. Although I did read the changelog, and supposedly year length is supposed to affect crop growth better. So we might be able to increase our year length again, which I am very excited for. And for reference, it is early summer. As going up from our mine, and this guy just showed up. Oh, please, buddy, drop something. Drop something, anything. I don't care what you drop, as long as it's slime. And why? There we go. That's a lot of health. And of course, he doesn't drop his slime balls. So I've been doing a fair bit of off-camera, just messing around, as I seem to usually do. It's kind of nice because, I don't have to worry about recording what I'm doing, but I still... And you guys probably do want to get an update at least. One thing I do have to say is, if I sound sick, that's kind of because I am. I figured you guys would rather get an episode at the very least, though. So, here I am. It's actually kind of annoying because I've been... I can't even say that I'm necessarily sick. It's like... I don't know. Because I've been feeling like this for forever. And I'll get better. I can record an episode, maybe two. And then I can't breathe through my nose again. And it could be allergies, which is actually what I think it is. But honestly, I've never had an issue with allergies before, so it's kind of like, I guess that's probably what it is, but why is it affecting me now? Anyways, what I've got planned for the rest of today's episode is Gotta get some water for it. Is gonna be dealing with reeds. We've had them for a little while. Well, actually, we got them. We got a large stack of them from the Chronicles of Blue Steel. Just gotta say that one awesomely. But I haven't tried to grow them or anything like that. So I wanted to see if we can actually do that. I mean, what do we need to grow reeds in vanilla? We need basically just we need water. So let's see if we can actually do that in TFC just as easily. I doubt it'll be just as easy, but why not try? Also, our piggies did give birth, so yay! It's definitely nice to actually have walking meat, and the little ones are actually they're tamed enough that we'll be able to breed them when they are of age. I like to get them a little bit higher because the higher we get these ones, the higher their babies will be. And pigs are one of the animals that I actually want to not have to deal with all that often. To put it bluntly. Wonder how fast these are going to grow. I guess we're just going to do what you typically do with vanilla reeds. Or vanilla sugarcane, but these aren't sugarcane, they're reeds. And just actually, interesting. Actually, I want to check something. Sugarcane, yeah, sugarcane itself has been removed. Like the vanilla sugarcane. I was actually kind of curious about that. But the vanilla sugarcane itself has been removed and replaced with the reeds, it looks like. Which it's pretty much exactly what I expected. So one thing I actually have to update you guys on is our versions. I actually have updated to the most recent version of TerraFirmaCraft. Thankfully, all the little modifications that I was using have been updated, and I'm happy about that. It's not that there was I really wanted to get the lanterns, which I do think are really cool. I really like how those ones are done. And I wish the lanterns that we have been using would have updated for that, but they didn't, and oh well. I am going to be keeping those lanterns, and I am going to keep using them, but yeah, you are, yeah, pregnant. Oh, this is another update. I looked into other texture packs, because the horses from the Wolfhound texture pack, they're great, but they look a little bit derpy to me. So I found another texture pack called Conquest, which, to be honest, most everyone already knew about. But yeah, I'm a little late to the texture pack craze. Let's see if we can't pull you out with this. Nope. Oh well, just gotta knock down the fence wall, or the fence slash wall. I guess that works. Get elsewhere. Okay. Okay. Fine. But yeah, we have all of our updates, and actually, the biggest reason why I did choose to update, it isn't for the TFC updates, and I don't even mean like the add-ons that I was using, because as I understand it, there wasn't anything too exciting in the changelogs there. Come on. I still need to update this area, but that'll be some future. I have no idea what I want to do with this. I might actually repurpose this building or something like that. But again, that's a future issue. But yeah, we should have a tameable little baby horse soon. And hopefully a mule, because despite the fact that this one still looks like a baby, it's a fully grown mule, or fully grown donkey technically. But I keep on getting lost. The biggest reason why I have updated is for BiblioCraft. Nuchaz, the developer for BiblioCraft, has actually been playing TerraFirmaCraft. I think he said he was playing TechnoFirmaCraft or something like that. Specifically, it's a mod pack that I'm sure you guys have probably heard of. And I heard about it a little while ago. I wasn't too interested, but anyways, here's what it did. Here's what he did, I should say. He created a BiblioWoods add-on, so all those wonderful recipes that we were using are no longer necessary. We've got BiblioCraft bookcases, normal cases, all the normal stuff for BiblioCraft in TerraFirmaCraft Woods, which is amazing. And I am so happy for that. That is going to be really nice for decorating, even if it does mean we're going to have to replace some of the stuff in our house. Another thing I've actually been working on is I've been trying to get more painting textures that I appreciate. I've also been, of course, working on our farm, which I've actually harvested once from this year already. And it looks like at least some parts of it are ready to go again. This I didn't get to harvest, and same as the barley. But this was other vegetables before. I guess I should say just vegetables in general, because, well, I don't think jute counts as a vegetable. But, yeah, I've already gotten one harvest out. Looks like I'm going to be able to get a second, actually. At least of some of the stuff. The carrots look like they're going to be good, actually. And hopefully this is going to be good. For frame of reference and for myself. Late summer, so we've still got at least 2 months before we have to start pulling stuff up. Though, speaking of pulling stuff up, I tried to plant sugarcane. Again, it doesn't work. we can't plant sugarcane. It didn't even drop seeds. So I've been doing a little bit of thinking, and I want to have yet another alternative way to get into our base. Into and out of, more importantly, I guess. Also, new texture for wither skeletons and normal. I was looking at a new texture for zombies, but I couldn't find one that I liked. Do I have anything to block off? I do. Hi. Oh, also new texture for spiders. Come on, just die. Thank you. Okay. Can do that. That. Nope. Fine. Just... This is the one problem with zombie awareness. There's an endless supply of zombies. Although, well, both a problem and it's kind of fun. But yeah, I've been wanting to get another way in and out of our base because, I mean, our gate's fine, but I need to finish it. So let's start another way to get into and out. Before I do that, no, actually don't need to move this, but I need to move this one forward to do that, and I think this is going to be easier than picking up every piece of cobble and doing that manually. Should be able to move it all, anyway. That's better. I need to figure out how I actually want to finish this tower off. I think I'm going to put an extra row of cobble on the outside, or I might bring it in one, like that. But, yeah, it's just going to be like a little tower. Nothing too big, but it's going to give access to here and then have another tower on the outside that allows us to get out there. But that's future stuff. I feel like it's a good thing yet a bad thing that I'm starting all these projects. But yeah, I think having more projects is really going to help with the longevity of the series, because I've said it quite often. I'm I've been playing TFC for a long while. That's the best way I can say it. It's been a lot of fun, but you know, to keep going I have to figure out stuff to do. Which I guess, I kind of had to do at the beginning anyway, but it's harder to figure out stuff to do when you have pretty much everything. And I don't want to just, start another TerraFirmaCraft series, because then I have to start from the beginning and remaking a bloomery and a red steel anvil, and oh my gosh, I don't want to have to do that again. That was a lot of work. It was fun, but it's a lot of work. And I've also been, well, real life stuff. I've also been getting closer to returning back to college, or university for people who have college and university as a different thing. Looking at you guys across the pond. At least that's how I've heard it. College and university in the States they're basically the same thing, as I understand it. But I know in other places that is not the case. So I've been having to deal with, getting closer to that and stuff like that. And, being sick. That's pretty much the big one. Oops, actually did not want to break that. Not that it really matters. But yeah, I'm coming down here because I actually did something, and I showed it off at the beginning of this episode. I don't remember if I actually explained what it's for. But I found a program which you can input your seed, and it will actually tell you what chunks are supposed to be slime chunks. And according to that program, this is supposed to be a slime chunk. Time will tell if that's true or not, because we're going to have to wait for that to go down a little bit more. That's a protection meter. If you've never seen one of these, actually, let's pull this back up. Basically, oops, nope. There is apparently no recipe for it right now. Awkward. I think that's just an issue thanks to, what was it? The decorations mod. I know it does stuff with the crystals, and I might have to disable that to get that to have an official recipe again. It just costs a chipped piece thingy. But yeah. So yeah, it's been actually been kinda crazy for real life stuff. So I've been just feeling really tired and unable to record, but yeah, I'm going to do my best to get back into at least twice a week, hopefully more for TerraFirmaCraft, and hopefully bringing back a couple other series. But I think that's actually going to be it for today's episode. I'm probably actually going to go right into recording or another couple episodes, and I do need to go edit some others. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.